Hello vinyl community and anyone else watching this. I'm back with another video. This time it's going to be another recent finds video. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone out there is well, getting used to the temperatures, which have dropped about 20 or more degrees in the past 24 hours, so that's kind of awesome. Picking 45s up with my feet here. So over the weekend, last Saturday, there was a record show. It's the first one I've been to in like 2 years or something like that. It's been a long time. I may have been to one in Buffalo within the last year, but the local one I have not been to because it got snowed out the last time. They still had it, but I couldn't make it. And I was really bummed about that. And this time I wasn't missing it. But there's a problem in that now I'm working overnights and I work Saturday night. So basically, I got to work late on Saturday. I didn't get home till almost 7 o'clock in the morning. I slept for a couple of hours. I got up and I went to the record show. And then I went home and I tried to sleep for a couple more hours, which isn't that easy. And then I got up and went back to work again. So yesterday, I slept a good deal of the day away. One of my 2 days off, which I don't like to do, but maybe it was worth it. I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, Saturday night was hard because I didn't really have much sleep. Anyway, I got quite a few things. My two favorite vendors were there, and I wound up buying things just from 3 different people. So I'll start off with my favorite guy, who always has interesting stuff. His prices are good, but not great. But he just has a lot of stuff, and it's always interesting, and stuff more geared towards what I like. Some punk, some garage, and oddities and that kind of stuff. A lot of new records and some older stuff. So I'll start with his stuff. And I got 2 by the Boss Martians. This one's making the rounds. I have nothing by the Boss Martians, and I've always looked for it. I never ever find any. This is on Dionysus. It's a reissue, I believe. This one originally, but maybe not. This one came out in 2002. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. This is probably an original from 2002. Again on Dionysus. If you don't know who the garage or the Boss Martians are, they're a garage, modern day garage sort of band. One of Little Steven's favorite bands, actually. Started out on the program playing them constantly. I don't know how much he plays them anymore, but really good band. I think they're out of Boston. I'm not positive about that. And then this one's from 1999 on Rock and Bones Records. This one's Lockdown Party. I love that cover. It's just such a cool retro kind of cover. The back's almost even better. And they do a few covers on this one. Road Runner, Dirty Robber, Little Sally T's. This one's mostly covers. Might even be instrumentals. I don't know. But there's your track listing. And very cool. Very happy to find these. These were the first 2 things I found. I think this is the second Eddie and the Hot Rods album. Teenage Depression, an original copy on RCA Records. And might be a Canadian issue. I'm guessing this might be a Canadian issue because I just saw that. Either way, Canadian, US, it's very cool to have this. They do at least a couple covers on here, including 96 Tears and The Kids Are Alright by The Who. So, looking forward to giving, I believe, the second Eddie and the Hot Rods LP a spin. Of course, their quote-unquote hit, it's not really, but Teenage Depression, title track on here as well. Falling out. Filling in holes in my Chesterfield Kings collection. the mind-bending sounds of the Chesterfield Kings. This is new, still sealed on Sunday's Records, and I've heard a lot of this because little Steven has played it for. I may even have this on CD, but I do not have it on vinyl. There's your track listing if you can see that. So, powerful sounds to drive your turntable. Spectacular Sunday's pressings. The crystalline sound of the original master tapes meets the solid heft of 180-gram vinyl. Admirably simple, incredibly rockin'. Chesterfield Kings. Love this band, by the way. Modern day garage, again, if you don't know who they are. Out of Rochester, I think, New York. A tribute to the boys. Honest John, Johnny Cat, and Vinyl Japan present a tribute to the boys. Satisfaction guaranteed. Now, Flipside CT Steve turned me on to this band a while ago. I have a live album by them and their first album. I don't know how many albums they have done. And I saw this and I just couldn't pass it up. It's got the Nomads on it, as well as band they're hyping, the Michelle Gun Elephant. And there was at least one more band on here I was really psyched about. Oh, Nikki Sudden is on here as well. So, and this is a French import. You probably can't read that, but there's the back cover. So, sort of one of these tribute albums. There was a couple of tribute albums that were interesting, but this was the one I picked up. And he had this. Actually, that was it for my main guy. My second guy that I like is British and a little too polite and a little too smarmy in some ways. But he's got interesting stuff. His prices are decent. Wooly Bully, Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs. An original stereo copy. It does have a name written on the back. Other than that, this thing is in really nice shape, and the vinyl is as well. And I believe this is the first album by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. It's got Wooly Bully, Go-Go Girls, Haunted House, Long Tall Sally. Sorry About That, which is one of my favorites. Track listing there on the MGM label. Very happy to have that. Again, really, really nice copy. And he had this. I have Volume 1, do not have Volume 2. Collect Rhino Records. The Rhino Brothers present The World's Worst Records, Volume 2. It is on Rhino. It does have a little bit of a cut, but in really nice shape. Got Mrs. Miller on it. So, I mean, Napoleon the 14th, the B-side, Split Level Head to his single, which is, I think, they're going to take me away backwards. It's got the Trogs tapes on here. There's your track listing. So very cool to have this right up my alley. And again, collect Rhino. So, and then these next two are $5. And he's got 5 for 20. But I really only wanted 3. So I always wanted this. I have a Japanese copy of the 45. The Sylvain LP. Of course, Sylvain was in the New York Dolls. And I have his 45 of Teenage News from this album. I used to see the album all the time. I don't see it much anymore. And it's a really nice copy. There's a little bit of wear on the front, but other than that, really nice copy. Vinyl's really nice. This guy's vinyl's almost always nice, as is the last guy when it's used. So, very happy to have the Sylvain LP. Picked this up just because it was $5, and it's an upgrade, because mine is my original copy I bought in about 1976, 77, and Ringo was my favorite Beatle for a while, so I played this to death on a not great turntable. So this is an upgrade for me. There is a little bit of dirt right here on the back cover, but that's about it. It's a pretty nice copy for $5. Of course, it's an original. It's on the red apple. I'll show it just for kicks. It does have the original inner sleeve, but it also has a white sleeve. But the original inner is not in the best of shape, but neither is mine. It used to rip. It's really, really thin paper. There's your original inner. So glad to have another sleeve in there, because again, that was never the best sleeve in the world. And an album you don't see that much. Cheap Trick, The Doctor from 1986. CDs were just coming in, and you see the CD once in a while, but you don't see the vinyl a whole lot. Not Cheap Trick's best album, but I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. So Cheap Trick, The Doctor from 1986 on Epic Records. Pick that up, just been filling holes in my collection. And these all come from The Last Guy, I think. Yeah, these next ones all come from The Last Guy. These were all $5 finds, every one of them. Mae West second rock and roll LP, Great Balls of Fire. Really happy to find this. It's in decent shape. You can see what's left of a sticker on back, which does say DJ copy. And happy to say that for $5 I was really happy. It is a white label promo of, I couldn't imagine why they would do this. Somebody really going to play it on the radio? But white label promo of Mae West's second. I've heard a lot of this album, and it's not nearly as good, if you can call it that, as her first one in the 60s. This one's about 1972. But still, very happy to have this. That was the first thing I saw, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta look through this guy's stuff. I saw The American Breed. I don't know, maybe their first album on Adka Records. Of course, these were the Bend Me, Shape Me guys, but this is not on here. But I got a feeling this might be their first album. Lipstick Traces is on here, which is a song that Ringo covered. I Don't Think You Know Me. Ringo also covered that. What the hell's going on? My Girl, High Heel Sneakers. Beatles covered that one. Not there. None of these did they cover their versions of, but there's your track listing. And I'll show the label just because it is interesting. And again, very, very happy to get this just on the yellow Adka label. So very, I was like, hey, this guy, I never really look at his stuff, and I guess I should from now, because Let's Active, maybe their third album. I'm not sure. Mitch Easter in this band. Pretty sure I don't have this, but I'm not 100%. I know I have the EP in the first album, and I don't know what else I have. Anyway, I don't think there's any songs that I really know on this one. Night Train. That'd be interesting by Let's Active. This I just bought because it was an interesting French import, and it's got Gene Vincent, Johnny Otis, Wanda Jackson, and Louis Prima on the same album, Testament of Rock, and that's about all that's on here. There's your set listing, which is just those four people over and over again. It is on the MFP Music for Pleasure label. It's oldish, but it's not really old. It's not a flip back or anything like that. So again, I thought this was very cool to have that. Wanda Jackson and Louis Prima on the same. This was the second thing I think I saw, and I went, okay. The Whackers, Hot Wax. Bob Sagarini in this band. I may have picked up a Whackers not that long ago, or maybe just a Segarini solo. I can't remember. This one has a nice textured cover. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but it's got a really nice textured cover and track listing and sort of early power pop with some bubblegummy sort of rock and roll tendencies. 1972 this came out. Very happy to have that as well. Cat Stevens, Cat's Cradle on London Records. This is basically a one record best of his first two albums. I have his first two albums, but this thing was minty. It's still in shrink, and I just couldn't pass it up for $5. It's got two of my favorite songs that he ever did on it. Here Comes My Baby, and the first cut is the deepest, along with Matthew and Sons on here. I think The Wind might be on here. Maybe it's not. But anyway, really cool. I'm not showing you the back. You won't be able to really see anything anyway. Cat Stevens, Cat's Cradle. And that's it for my record show finds. Now I have picked up a couple other things come in the mail, whatever. And the first one I want to talk about is the first major disappointment I've had in a while. I saw this. I'm like, alright, I have to have this because I'm a huge fan of this band. And I got it home and I cut it open and I put it on the turntable. And the sticker should have given it away. And I'll just show you that first. There's your hype sticker. Contains the #1 hit. Well, there's no #1 hits on this. But it's Weezer's Pacific Daydream. And what they've done is craft the perfect pop album for today's pop radio. That's what it sounds like to me. And there's your track listing. And is that a good thing? No, of course it isn't. They've taken some really good songs and produced them for modern radio, which is garbage. I did like side 2 better than side 1, but maybe I was just getting used to it. And QB Blitz is probably my favorite, if I have a favorite song from this album. So anyway, just as a warning to Weezer fans, they've done a very, very FM radio friendly album right now. Today's Pop Sounds by Weezer. Not my favorite record in the world. Got Jet's first album, Get Born. I picked this up dirt cheap online. It was about $5 shipped. It's not new, it's used, and it's not perfect, but it's definitely a decent play copy. And for $5, I just couldn't pass it up. Here's your set list. Of course, the hit is Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Rover DJ got some airplay too. There might be others on here. But anyway, so the Jet album, Get Born. Two more here. Got this at I thought a really good price. Buy $18 shipped. Tom Petty Highway Companion, 2-record set. Still haven't opened it yet. Again, shipped. This has Saving Grace on it, which is just one of my favorite all-time Petty songs. It's just so good. There's your set list. If you can see that, probably not. Still Miss the Guy a lot. Remastered from the original master tapes. Tom Said So album released in 2006 contains Saving Grace, Flirting With Me, and Big Weekend. Love the cover on this one. And I want this, and my other one I really want is The Last DJ on vinyl. But this I picked up, again, really good price. And last but not least, my second album from the UK that I thought would come with my other one. I don't know why they didn't put them in the same box. Came. The Replacements for sale, live at Maxwell's, 1986. Replacements' first live LP that's sanctioned, that didn't come out on cassette, that, you know, there's a lot of ifs and buts there. It's on Sire. there's your track listing. Of course, Paul Westerberg, Tommy Stinson, Chris Mars, and Bob Stinson would have still been in the band at this time. And they're doing some covers here. A lot of early songs. Fox on the Run by Sweet is on. They cover on here. I've not heard this yet. Nowhere Man. Oh, Baby Strange by T-Rex. Anyway. Cool stuff by the Replacements. At least it should be. And there you go. There is my recent finds, my little story about the record show. I have a story for every time I go record shopping. It's sort of ridiculous. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Thank you, new subscribers. Thank you for all your comments. I am reading them as best I can. I haven't had internet for 3 or 4 days now at all. 0. So, anybody that's been commenting or anything lately, I haven't even seen those, but I will. It'll be back up hopefully in a day or two, and I'll probably be putting this up tomorrow at work overnight. Is probably when this will get put up. But anyway, thank you for listening. Check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. Oh, and I was sick the whole week too. I didn't mention that. I'm starting to feel better. In the midst of going to the record show and everything else and no sleep, I was also had the flu. So that was fun. But I'm feeling better, and thanks for watching. And I'll probably be back momentarily with a thrift store finds video. So check that out, and catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.